Hi, it's Charlene from the Smart Coupon Lady. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done any type of recipe or cooking video, but I found this recipe on TikTok that I wanted to share. If you've ever seen any of my cooking videos, you'll know that these recipes I share are easy, use minimal ingredients, and are frugal. Today we are making a vegetable orzo pasta, and what I like about this recipe is that it's a one-pan meal, so it's easy, it's a great weeknight meal, or it's even great for the summer because you don't have to put on your oven. So let me show you what you're going to need and then we can get started. So for this recipe, you're going to need some zucchini. I have two. These cost me 96 cents. You're going to need a shallot. This was 60 cents. You're going to need a tomato. I have a plum tomato. You can use any kind of tomato you want. This was 70 cents. You're going to need some orzo. This was $1.25 and it's a pound of orzo. You're going to need some chicken broth. Now I had better than bouillon in my refrigerator, so I didn't have to buy it, but you can buy one of those containers for about $1.99 to $2.39 depending on where you get it and what kind you want. You're also going to need an egg. You can use more than one egg. This is going to be your protein. You're also going to need some pantry staples. You're going to need olive oil, a little bit of butter, and then some seasonings. I'm going to use salt and pepper and garlic powder and onion powder. So I cut up my shallot, kind of made it a little bit bigger pieces, and same thing with my zucchini and my tomato. These are going to soften up when you cook them, so I didn't really worry about making them too small. So to my pan, which is kind of large because I'm going to be cooking my pasta in here as well, I just put some olive oil and I'm letting that heat up, and then I am going to add in my shallots. So in goes my shallots, and now I'm also going to add in my zucchini. So I'm going to let my shallots and my zucchini cook up for a little bit just to get a little bit soft before I add in the tomato or the seasonings. I forgot when I was telling you the ingredients that you should have a little bit of garlic. Now I always have my minced garlic at home, so I'm just going to add in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 cloves. That's personal choice of how much garlic you want to add. And I'm just going to give that a stir so that the garlic doesn't get too burnt. Okay, so the shallots are getting soft, the zucchini's getting soft. I'm going to add in my tomatoes now. I just added my tomatoes. I added some onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. About a half a teaspoon of each, maybe a teaspoon. I'm kind of eyeballing it. So it ends up being about a teaspoon of each seasoning and a little bit less of the pepper. But you can add or take away. I think some people might like it more seasoned. I'm going to kind of give it a taste, but I hate to over season because then you can't take it away. Oh. Okay, so these are at a good consistency. I'm not 100% done with them, but I put them in a different bowl, and I'm going to now add some butter to my pan. This is kind of preference. I probably put 2 tablespoons in when I probably should have just done like a tablespoon and a half, but that's okay. To the pan, I'm going to add in the orzo. Pretty much going to do the whole thing. You really just want it to cover your pan. I have a pretty large pan, and I'm going to toast this up. I just want to get it a little brown, so I'm going to keep it moving. Okay, so that's pretty good. It kind of reminds me of rice-a-roni. And now I'm going to add in the chicken broth. And it really just has to get covered. So for a pound of orzo, I did about, 2.5 cups. And I have a little bit more just in case I need it. Now to that, I'm going to add back in all of my vegetables. Okay, I'm going to put the top on it and let it simmer for a little bit so that the orzo can cook. So I'm going to whip up my egg while I am waiting for my orzo. And again, I'm only going to use 1 egg because that's my protein. If you want, you can use more eggs to add more protein. So I added a little bit more of the chicken broth. So I ended up adding, I'm going to say close to 4 cups just because it was drying out. But the orzo is getting kind of where I want it. So I'm going to add in the egg now. And I'm going to mix it around because I don't want scrambled eggs with my pasta. Next part's completely optional. I'm going to add a little bit of pesto just You have to excuse my puppy. Just because I have it, just to add a little flavor, absolutely not necessary, but I'm just gonna give it a try. I'm gonna put like a teaspoon or so in, just to give it a little flavor. And I'm really doing this because my daughter, as I said, doesn't like eggs, so I figure if I just put a teeny tiny bit of pesto, it'll kind of mask any egg flavor it might have. Although I don't think with one egg you're gonna get much egg flavor, but just to give it a little, I can smell the pesto. It's just a little taste. Again, not necessary. You can see I have jarred pesto. It's nothing fancy, but yeah. So we're just gonna add that in, and then this is pretty much ready. I'm gonna let it cook for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna add in some Parmesan because I have it. And I just added in some Parmesan, and I'm gonna mix that up, and then I'm gonna plate it. You can always add more Parmesan if you want once it's done, but it's very flavorful. I'm not sure it's gonna need anything. And this was the final product. It was liked by all, and this recipe will definitely be a keeper. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.